Three Men. A long time ago, there were three men. The three men traveled here and there. Then one of the men decided to live in the mountain. Another decided to live near the river. And the last one decided to live in the plains. The person living in the mountain caught wild pigs, while the person living near the river caught fish. The person who lived in the plains made a living by farming and eating fruit from trees. In the past, people used to make things by themselves. When a person makes everything that he needs by himself, it is called being self-sufficient. One day, the man living in the mountain thought about the fish he ate before. He also thought about fruits. While the man living near the river wanted to eat fruits and wild pigs. It was the same for the man living in the plains.
Is there any way to solve this problem?
That's right. We can trade fruits for fish, fish for wild pig meat, and wild pig meat for fruits. Why didn't we think of this before?
Now the man living in the mountain could eat as much fish and fruits as he wanted, while the man living near the river could eat fruits and wild pigs. Also, the man living in the plain could eat wild pigs and fish. Everyone was happy. One day, the man living in the mountain went to the river with a chunk of wild pig meat.
I couldn't catch anything today, so I'll trade this much pork for 10 fish. Hey, no way!
The man living on the riverside got angry, and the two men got into a fight. The next day, the person living near the river and the man living in the plain had a fight. It was because the man living near the river wanted to trade one fish for 20 fruits. All three of them wanted to get more for less. There were more and more fights, and so there were many days when they didn't make a trade. The three men got together and decided to find a way not to fight whenever they traded things. In the end, they decided to put value on something special instead of trading directly. Something that they could use to trade with anything, anytime, anywhere.
How about fruits?
No, fruits rot too fast. We have to use something that does not change. Then how about rocks? Rocks are too heavy to carry around. How about light feathers?
No, that's too light. They might get blown away by the wind. Then what should we use?
The three men carefully thought about what everybody has and what everybody needs. Then someone suddenly shouted,
How about salt?
They used things everybody needed, like shells, leather, salt, and rice to trade things. It is called commodity money.
Salt didn't rot. It was easy to carry, and it didn't get blown away. It makes food taste good, so everyone needs this.
So the men agreed to use salt whenever they traded things. They also made this promise. 1 basket of salt is 10 fruits, and 1 basket of salt is 5 fish, and 1 basket of salt is 1 chunk of wild pig. The three men were happy that they could get what they needed without fighting. It was a rainy day. The person living in the plain went into the mountains carrying a lot of salt. He was going to buy wild pig meat, but all the salt melted in the rain. So the three men got together again. They decided to look for something to use instead of salt. something that won't change with time. Finally, somebody opened his mouth.
Silver would be great.
Silver does not rot or break. It is easy to carry and does not change. If you drill a hole into it, you can wear it around your neck and look cool. The silver the man living in the mountains had would go to the man living near the river. And the silver the man living near the river had would go to the person living in the plain. The silver kept going around and around since they kept buying and selling things with the silver. Do you know what silver is now? It is money. Why do we need money? Money is used to measure the value of something. Just as we need many things to make a living, money is an important part of our lives. Then, would you like to find out how money was invented? Money changed like this. People traded things they had for things they needed. But they had to find out who had the things they wanted. And it was not easy to carry things. They used grain, salt, and shells as money. But it was impossible to give change, and people didn't agree on the value of the thing used as money. They used something small and long-lasting like gold and silver as money. But they had to carry a lot of money when they bought expensive things. So they ended up using paper money and coins like today. Nowadays, people use credit cards or electronic cash that allows you to make a trade on the computer. What role does money play? First, it lets you buy things. If you want to have something, you get it by giving money. Second, it sets the value of something so that you can pay for it. It is value of an item or service so that you know how much to pay. Third, you can store the value of property with it. There are many things that cannot be kept for a long time, but with money, you can store property.